Hello everyone. This is not a quilting related video. This is not that. And it might get a little political. So if that's going to bother you, please don't watch this video. But this has been sitting on me all morning. And I'm probably only doing this, because I'm extremely tired. The night before last, I literally did not sleep at all. I did not even a 10-minute cat nap. And last night, I didn't get very much sleep either. My Fitbit says I got like 5 or 6 hours, but it's wrong. I tossed and turned all night. I laid in bed. I have noticed that with my Fitbit, if you just lay in bed and act like you're asleep, sometimes it thinks you are. So yeah, I'm really tired, which is probably the only reason why I'm doing this. So I got up out of the bed at 7:30 this morning and I got busy. Normally I get up in the morning and I might make some eggs, some coffee or whatever, but I don't do chores. I might sew. I sew in the morning usually. If I get up before and I have time before work starts, I'll sew. But I just had so much on my brain, I could not do that today, so I just started getting active and doing chores and hoped that I could work through whatever I was going through or whatever I was thinking. And it just didn't work. I'm still mad. About a week ago, I got served a video on YouTube. I had never seen this person before. It's not related to anything that I would normally look at. I normally watch news on YouTube, quilting related stuff, some sports stuff. There's a couple of people that I like that are funny that I follow. This is completely out of, the content this woman created, nothing to do with anything that I have ever looked at or watched on YouTube. But it served me her video. And the title of the video was, YouTube is now pay to play. And what this woman was saying was that her videos just aren't being circulated the way that they used to be. That she wasn't getting the same level of engagement, not engagement, but her video just wasn't going out to as many people, whatever YouTube calls that. And that it was impacting her ability to make a living. Now, I don't make a living off of YouTube. I don't even make enough money off of YouTube to pay the shipping charges for my giveaways. Okay, this is not a money-making thing for me. This is a passion project, and that is what it is. And she said that what she was going to do, which I guess on the video that I saw, was a video that, and what she meant by pay to play, is that YouTube now has an option for a creator to pay money to do what YouTube used to already do for free, which is show your videos to people, right? So now, if you want YouTube to show your video to as many people as it used to do, apparently you gotta pay. And Facebook had something like you could boost a post. And I'm thinking, I saw her, she said she was going to do an experiment when she was going to pay for a video. And I'm thinking that the video that I saw was that video. And that's why I saw it. Okay. So I saw it, and I noticed that I get less views, but I've also been putting out less content. So I didn't really think anything of it. But when I saw that video, I was like, well, maybe there's something to it. Maybe there's something to it. But I really just kind of put it away. And then today, one of the content creators that I follow pretty, I don't want to say religiously, but I pretty much, I consume a lot of their content. But he put out a video today because one of his followers had made a comment that it seems like, his Patreon was getting, more. And basically what he said was, well, first of all, he's a class act, just a classy guy. And so he deleted the comment because he knew that if he didn't delete the comment, that other people might come for that person and attack them, because that's apparently what people do now. I don't understand that. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even understand why people attack people in comment sections. But he basically said that Facebook now doesn't really pay creators for content, and Instagram now doesn't really pay creators for content. And so he's having to rely on his Patreon to keep supporting him. And so he gives more content to his Patreon because they pay. And he said, but you don't have to pay. If you just consume my free content, like, comment, subscribe, you are helping me. As a creator, you are helping me. Even if you're not giving money to me directly through my Patreon or through my app or through whatever, right? And that made me kind of harken back to what that lady said. And then I went into the comments of that video. And when I went into the comments of that video, it said, someone made the comment that they wondered why this was happening. And that part of it might be because, and I'm not using her words, I'm paraphrasing. Basically, people are tired of this grind. This getting up every morning, schlepping through traffic to get to work. Either you have a car or maybe you have to take public transportation and schlep through all of that and all the people. And then spend 9 to 10 hours working. Then have to schlep all the way back in the same traffic that you had that morning. And if you're lucky, you'll get a paycheck for that allows you to pay for all of your bills. And maybe be able to buy yourself a few luxuries and spend a little money. I've been lucky. When I first moved out on my own, like I was making like $9 an hour, and I was able to find, and I had a baby. And I was able to find an apartment and live on $9 an hour. When I moved to Raleigh, North Carolina, I was a smaller town. When I moved to Raleigh, North Carolina, my first job I got here, I was making $12 an hour. I was living with my aunt. I got a raise to $14 an hour. I got my own apartment because I was having a baby. And I was able to pay rent and feed 2 children. What broke me was the daycare. And honestly, if I could have gotten I was on the waiting list for subsidized daycare. And if my name had came up, I would have been able to pay all my bills, rent, utilities, cell phone, car insurance. I did not have a car payment. I wouldn't have been able to do that. But I was able to pay for everything off of $14 an hour. By myself with 2 children, paying for before and after. I had before and after school for one kid, and the other kid needed full-time care. And so initially I was able to find someone to care for my daughter for $50 a week. And she was an infant. But then when that arrangement didn't work anymore and I had to put her in full-time daycare, that's when I had to go live with family, because my daycare bill at the time was like, it was like $280 a week. And if I had been able to get on the program, it would have been like $50 to $75 a week, and I could have swung that, and I could have continued to live on my own. But because I couldn't get on that program because there was a waiting list, I had to move in with family. It is what it is. But basically, to all that to say, I'm getting distracted. People are tired. People are tired of working for wages that don't pay our bills. And so a lot of people are going to social media to create content, to generate income, and saying, forget these office jobs, forget these 9-to-5 jobs, forget these retail jobs. We're going to find another way to make money to where we don't have to go out every day. And maybe this tightening of social media platforms in regard to paying their content creators is because, there's like some kind of corporate conspiracy. Let's stop paying these people. But also, corporations are greedy. I mean, we all now know that at least 60% of the inflation that we're currently experiencing is because of corporate greed. Now, I've known that for a while now, because it just made sense to me. because I was, I look at business stories sometimes and I kept seeing that businesses were recording record profits in the middle of a pandemic. Like this was 2020. In 2020, 2021, like before we had a vaccine, companies were making record profits. And I'm like, how are you making record profits unless this inflation isn't real and you just raise the prices? Now, that's been confirmed. The Wall Street Journal, New York Times, they've all reported. It's called greedflation. So we all know what it is now, right? So maybe that's part of it too. Maybe it's the corporate greed. Because if you pay your creators a little bit less, you get to keep that money for yourself, right? So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. All I know is I'm tired of getting squeezed. So what this really started for me this morning, this is so random. This morning, this is why I got upset. And the rest of it is just kind of backstory. But I guess it's just kind of all building. But I got an email this morning from Fat Quarter Shop. And it said, we're having a sale up to 60% off. We're going to give you early access to the sale. So I went up there, because I like to check stuff out. I like to check stuff out. And, there really wasn't much that I was really interested in. Excuse me. Not that there was nothing pretty. It's just that, do I like it better than what I already have? Do I already own something that's better, that I like better than this? And if the answer is yes, then I don't need to buy it, right? So I needed to know, I saw something that I really liked, but I'm like, I think I already own this fabric. So I use the email app that came with my phone. I have a Samsung. And it works for me because it allows me to check both of my email accounts. But what it's not good at is searching historical emails. It's not good at going back and finding the old stuff. So what I did was I downloaded the AOL app. Yes, my primary email address is an AOL email that I created back in like 1998 when I got a disc from Walmart. Y'all remember that? So I still have it. Now, I tell you guys to email me at a different address, a different email address. I've had that for a long time too, but I get a lot less traffic through that account. So it's going to be a lot easier for me to identify something in an email from one of you guys there. So that's why I have you sent. But my primary account is an AOL account. And so what I did was, because I wanted to know because I really felt like I already owned this fabric in some fashion. So I went and I downloaded the AOL app. And it did what I needed it to do. It searched. But I was just taken aback by the level of advertisement. So like, we're being squeezed everywhere, right? We're being squeezed because our wages are low. Our minimum wage is laughable. This inflation is ridiculous, and most of it is corporate greed. And yet I am being targeted constantly by advertisements trying to squeeze another dollar out of me. And that is what that app showed me. I'm gonna open this app so that I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. Whew. All right, where you go? AOL. All right, so I go to my inbox. First things first, top is an advertisement for PayPal. Okay, there's a PayPal ad. So I start scrolling through, and as I'm scrolling through, there's another ad. There's a Galaxy ad, right? I'm like, okay. But what really got me was this. I clicked on one of my emails, and they were literally advertising to me in the email itself. Hold on a second. Because I want to specifically go to, here's a go. And they have, Jesus, new mail. Let's go to old mail. Where is that? That's okay. We'll use this Tatcha email. Tatcha is a skincare brand. I've purchased items from them in the past. I like their cleanser, and they have a moisturizer that I really like. They're extremely expensive. But I clicked on this Tatcha email, and when I clicked on it, there's ads in the top of my email. So instead of just seeing my email, I get ads inside my email. Instead of just having the email that someone sent me, there's additional ads. Why though? Something about that triggered me. Actually, no, that's not a good word. I don't want to use that word. I feel like that is an overused word that seldom means what people say it means. It ticked me off. It ticked me off. The unmitigated gall to deliberately self-suppress wages. Because, the more you pay your workers, the less your profit. So you're deliberately keeping wages low, right? Then you're also deliberately overcharging us for your products and creating inflation. And then at the same time, you want to bombard me with advertisements. It is unreal to me. Unreal. Unreal. I'll be deleting this app. Although it was useful to me, I liked the mail app, but it only allows me to check. Well, maybe there's a thing in here that allows me to tie another email account to this. I don't know. But the advertisements for me are a deal breaker. I could take the little advertisement you put at the top, and it rotates, it changes. Now it's Hulu. It was PayPal, then it was Amazon, now it's Hulu. So it changes. And so does the other ads. So the ads change. So I could have dealt with that. But to deliberately target me this way, the only time I don't get targeted is if the company is so small that they can't. It's too small. I bought a quilt pattern, actually 2 quilt patterns from Bonnie Sullivan. She does the Woolies flannels. And I guess each month she does some of her patterns for $2. So I bought 2 of her patterns. And so there's no advertisements there because the company is too small. There's nothing for them to target me with or sell me on. But everything else, yeah, it's a bridge too far for me. That level of advertisement, it's a bridge too far for me. Another thing that was interesting to me, and I will use this feature in this app, and then I'm going to delete it. One of the only good things about this app is it has something on it called a subscription manager, where you can see everybody that you're subscribed to get emails from, which is a bit unnerving. I mean, I guess, I don't know. And so I was looking at mine. I've already canceled a bunch. But I was looking at mine and seeing how many emails I'm getting. And from Kohl's, it said, and it tells you how many emails you get a week. And it was like, for Kohl's sends you 10 emails a week. And I'm like, there's no way Kohl's is sending me 10 emails a week. Because I don't read them. Basically, I open my email, I don't know, probably 10, 20 times a day. And delete. Okay, I'll keep that one and I'll read that one. Delete. Okay, I'll read that one. Delete. It's pretty much how it goes. So I had no idea that they were sending me that many emails. I thought it was false. Because I'm like, why? That's more than once a day. Why do you need to email me more than once a day? So I went to my email app and I looked at and counted in a 7-day period how many emails I had gotten from Kohl's, and it was 13. 13. I'm on here now, Annie's, because there's Annie's catalog, there's Annie's digital, 32 emails a week. I'll be unsubscribing. So it has a quick unsubscribe, which is what I like. So I can just go through and just hit unsubscribe, unsubscribe, and it will send that email for me. One of the reasons why I don't unsubscribe is because I got to click on the email, scroll to the bottom, find the unsubscribe link, click on that, maybe put in my email too. It's a pain to unsubscribe, and they know it's a pain. They want it to be a pain. So I do like that the AOL app does allow me to one click, one unsubscribe. So I will be unsubscribing to a lot more of these. This is how many I've done so far. I'm just going to let you know the ridiculousness of this. Okay, yeah. At least some of them are only once a week. Pampered Chef, once a week. Macy's, 7 emails a week. I haven't shopped at Macy's in like 3 years. Why do I need an email every day from Macy's to get money from me that I don't have for things that I don't need? So, Bath and Body Works, 14 emails a week. Like, this is just excessive. This is excessive corporate greed. You can't have constant unlimited growth unless you're going to squeeze the people into poverty to get it. That's the only way it happens. The only way for corporations to keep increasing their profit margin year after year after year is if we, the people, get poorer and poorer and poorer, and they just keep taking more of our money. That's the only way it works. That's my rant. That's all I have to say. I hope I didn't piss anybody off, but I did kind of warn you at the beginning. But yeah, that's just how I feel. So yeah, that's it for me. And hopefully I didn't make you too angry, and I'll see you guys next video.